It's in our blood, it's in our bones, orange and brown, yeah, we ride for our own like a dog pack running. We ain't alone, game day comes, get ready for the show. It's our call, it's our bark, it's our song. We stand tall, yeah, we've been here all along. Through it all, the dog pound standing strong. We all dogs, yeah, we all dogs. Welcome to the Dogs Podcast with your hosts, Blake Reniker, Justin Charles, Kenny Mack, and Josh All. We are dogs!
What's up, Browns fans? Welcome back to a depressing episode of the Dogs Podcast. Honestly, an episode that I didn't think would ever happen, going back 2 years ago when a certain quarterback was cheered off the field after he suffered an injury. I didn't think this day was ever going to happen. So, but here we are. We're Browns fans, and this is just what we've pretty much come to expect. So, we also have some other stuff to get into, but depressing day if you're an actual Browns fan, I think. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of it all, remember, if you want to get your thoughts on the show, head to thedogspodcast.com, tap leave voicemail on the drop-down menu. We got some voicemails to get to tonight. We always appreciate getting your guys' thoughts, so, and I'm sure you got plenty. So if you're somebody who's not in the YouTube chat or you don't catch us live and you want to get some thoughts on the show, again, that's thedogspodcast.com. Just tap leave voicemail. That's how Kenny got on the show. You leave enough, you might get to become a member of the Dogs.
There you go, baby.
Yeah. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Make sure you tap the notification bell so you don't miss any of the content we're putting out. You can listen on Apple and Spotify. And lastly, if you're looking for more Dogs content, head to jointhedogs.com, become an official Dog Pack member on the Patreon page, get access to the private Discord, play fantasy football with us next year, because it's already been cut off for this year at 15 leagues, which is just crazy. Wow. It's like a second full-time job just running leagues. So they're global. They span 3 or 4 time zones, 5 time zones, which is crazy. So, but we appreciate all the support you guys have given to the show, help grow it. Again, that's jointhedogs.com if you want to become an official Dog Pack member. So obviously, I think we know why we're gathered here today. But before we get into that, there is other Browns news, So I think we got a voicemail to kind of kick things off here.
We do. Let's hear from Cooper.
Hey guys, it's Cooper Belvin back. Haven't sent a voicemail in a long time, so I'm going to send it after preseason game 2. I want to talk about Nick Chubb's retirement first. That is crazy. A really good running back for the Cleveland Browns, even after the injury started sucking. And after that, I think Shedeur has a good job for QB1. And Deshaun Watson, I don't think he's going to get it. Hopefully Shedeur gets it. That's all. Go Browns.
Go Browns, baby.
Really sorry about that, young man.
But Cooper did bring up something we wanted to talk about. Nick Chubb officially retiring from the NFL. I'd like to just take this a second to just really say, I got to make sure my children aren't around. I'd really like to just say, fuck you, Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, man. What a bum.
Just stole one of the most promising careers we as Browns fans have had a chance to watch. He's on Hall of Fame trajectory, and it just, I think he never got the hype because he played for the Browns and because he was quiet. I think Nick Chubb in his prime was the best running back in football. CM's best pure runner, at least. Maybe CMC with his receiving abilities, but just a pure runner of the football. And some people will say Derrick Henry. Even Derrick Henry thought Nick Chubb was the best running back in football when asked. So just taken from us way too early, and just hats off to what was a great career fighting injury after injury after injury.
Yeah, man, if Chubb was in the game, we were always in the game. And that's the biggest thing that I miss about him. Obviously quiet, professional. He worked, he produced. Again, all-time favorite Brown for me. For me, though, for him, I would say I wish the Browns would have really, I think it was 2019, he was up and he was ready and close to Henry for the rushing award. And I don't know what it was against the Bengals in that last year. I really wish they would have just ran the ball down the Bengals' throat, and that at least we could have had something out of that 2019 Freddie Kitchens season that we could have hung our hats on.
I was just wouldn't give him the ball.
Yeah.
Just wouldn't give him.
They just kept passing.
And it was it wasn't even the last game. It was almost like the last 3 or 4 weeks. Like the Titans were just feeding Derrick Henry. He's getting like 35 carries a game. Nick Chubb's lucky to hit double digits. Like, Freddie, what are we doing? You got one thing to play for this year. You got one thing. Give Nick Chubb the ball, please.
Well, that wasn't the first time that we said, "Hey, Freddie, what are we doing?"
Fair point.
I would personally, I just want to thank Nick Chubb because as one of the most dysfunctional organizations that I've, somehow attached myself to by the heartstrings, I want to thank that guy because he's a guy and a player that we didn't deserve as an organization. But man, like he absolutely just did so much for this fan base, whether he knows it or not. And the fact that he's still go Browns, go Dogs, it's tough. I saw the announcement and, I wanted to just shed a tear. But I'm glad that, he's going to get away and still have, longevity with his life and all that. But you're right. You guys are absolutely right. For about a 3 or 4 year span, he was one of the top running backs in the league. He was just different, and you never heard a peep out of the guy. He was a silent leader. He was everything that you would want as far as like a mentor to, the younger players and everything like that. And it's just such a tough blow, especially for a team that, we didn't have very much to cheer for, especially since 99. Such a bright spot. Kenny, I'm with you. He will go down as my favorite player. He will be somebody that I will tell my grandkids about. I will tell young Browns fans when I'm 80 years old, back in 2020 and 2021, Nicholas Chubb, he was just the man out there. But it's tough. It's absolutely tough. But at the same time, I just want to take and appreciate what he did for this team, this city. Just absolutely just a legend as far as for me as a Cleveland Brown.
Dude, a little part of me wanted him to sign with us this year, man. Just a little part. And I know it's not realistic, guys. Right. I know we're going on a youth movement. Like, I totally get it. And I get it. He's retiring for a reason, too. But, man, oh, man, did I ever want that this year. But, it's not going to happen. Bet
it now, week 3, that dude's smashing the guitar. I promise you,
100%,
he is smashing that guitar. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's the one-day contract right then and there. And I will be sobbing. Day's coming. Yeah, I will be sobbing on the field.
Well, potentially week 3, we're going to need something to cheer about because it's going to be all downhill quick after that.
Yes.
So that would be a smart move by the Browns, which means they'll probably bring in Johnny Manziel to break the guitar.
It'll probably be the Miz, brother. The Miz this year, home opener.
Also, screw Hugh Jackson. We had to trade Carlos Hyde just to get Nick Chubb on the field. I'll never forget his debut. Was it like 3 carries for 100-some yards and 2 touchdowns against the Raiders in a game in which the officials robbed us.
Yes.
So, I'm looking forward to the one-day contract, and it's just one of those. It's just another thing from like the last 4 years of Browns fandom that just rips your heart out. Like we went into that game, that Monday night game against Pittsburgh, like high hopes. We got
and Deshaun he was running it well.
We got Deshaun healthy. This is the year. Deshaun's not going to have rust. We're heading into Pittsburgh. I believe we were 1-0 because we beat the Bengals.
But Watson did open that game with a pick 6.
Yeah,
I do remember that. I do recall.
Batted screen.
And then it's like, this is our year. And then it's weak. And then Nick Chubb's just ripped from us. And it never the same after that.
In the worst way possible. One of the worst injuries that you could ever see, to the point where Browns fans, Pittsburgh fans hate each other. We all hate each other, and that stadium was silent. I know they put it up, and you heard gasps, and I was just like, oh no. And
we have not been able to run the ball since that night.
No,
our offense has dropped off a cliff, man.
So, how much of that run game that we credited the O-line, we talk about this all the time, but Nick Chubb hit a lot of deficiencies for that O-line, I think. They were good for a few years.
I agree. But they aged quick once he was gone. Yeah. They aged quick, real quick. He got a lot of people paid.
Yeah, you found out what he was able to do versus what normal, average, or below average running backs can do.
Yes. We went from a premier rushing team to like a team that you might as well not even try.
And we did. You might quit.
You might as well not even try to run the football. So, but yeah. We just want to give shout out to Nick Chubb, Browns legend. Go. Go. So thank you. Nicholas Jamal Chubb, for everything you did for Cleveland. So now we got that. Did we want to hit on any of these other lesser topics, or do we just dive straight into it? We dive. All right.
The water's warm, baby. Just jump on in.
So today the Browns made, quite honestly, like one of the most flabbergasting decisions I've ever heard of in my entire life when it comes to a sports team. And they announced Deshaun Watson to be the starter for the season. Todd Monken also saying it's not a week-to-week thing. He is the starter, at least until he gets injured, more than likely. It's just, I'm a proponent of, and I've said it on this show, GMs and coaches should not let fans make this, like they shouldn't take fans' input when making decisions for a football team. There's exceptions to every rule. This is like that one time out of 100 where maybe you should have listened a little bit, because it's not just us telling you. He told you in front of all the cameras that he doesn't really like playing here. You know, he doesn't feel the love. He doesn't like playing here. And what it tells you too is like he will play, especially at home. He will play scared because there's zero leash. Now he's earned that zero leash by just being awful since we traded for him, you know, but he can do nothing wrong and now that he made the comments, he's going to get booed before he even steps foot onto the field. It's going to be a scene unlike anything I've ever seen at a home game for a team, if we're being honest. But he could lead 5 touchdown drives, and if he throws a dirt ball in the 6th one, he's getting booed. If he throws an incomplete pass, he's getting booed. Anything, if we go 3 and out, we're getting booed. There's no success now for Deshaun Watson. He has to be perfect. And even if he was a good quarterback, you're not going to be perfect. Well, he's a well below average quarterback. He's definitely not going to be perfect. It's just, you should probably talk about bad publicity. Again, most of the time, 99 times out of 100, you don't let fans and noise make decisions for your football team. That's a quick way to not be a GM of a team or a coach of a team. But oh my God. If all things are considered equal, which Todd Monken today said it was close. Those were his exact words. It was close. Well, then why didn't you just go with the guy that everybody doesn't hate? That everybody wants, you know what I mean? That's going to get you cheered. Yes,
with
the young
upside.
guy who's going to, yes, the guy who's going to get you
money.
cheered.
That makes you money too,
Yes.
right?
You're trying to sell insanely priced season tickets to a new stadium. You're not going to do that now. Like, I don't understand. It's crazy. It's going to be home environments like I've never seen before. It's going to be hard to explain.
17 away games. And he said that
for sure
in his presser. And it's like, that was stupid. Because then fans are going to say, you want 17 away games? We'll give you 17 away games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the whole presser was stupid. Like what he said through that entire thing, being out in the streets of Cleveland Saturday night, it was a topic of every bar conversation out there. I happened to be wearing Cleveland Brown stuff that was actually said I was a president. People were coming up to me going like, how can you let this? And that, like, I'm not the president. This is just a tag to get on the field. But they were very concerned. And I don't get how, like, was everybody in that stadium not in Cleveland downtown night? There was like not one single person that could have relayed this message, because the bartenders were talking about it. The waitresses were talking about it. Everybody was talking about it, man. And they were super, super disappointed.
It just goes back like a lot of months for me. Like just as far as like the whole philosophy of this team, like especially for this year, you have a close competition and you have a young guy on a rookie contract that's shown that he has gotten better, like mechanically, like he's gotten better since last year. And then you somehow put out comments that we took a swing and a miss and, you know, we were wrong. And then somehow a year later, we're talking about, you know, we're going to have an open quarterback competition. You've completely just alienated your fan base. And I know we're fans. We're all fans here, right? So it doesn't really matter what we have to say about this. But I've talked to people who have cheered for this team for 40, 50 years that have lived through some of the worst quarterback and football play you could even imagine. And they're like, I'm done. this is it. This is the straw that broke the camel's back. I can't get behind this. I'm tired of this guy. I'm tired of, it would be one thing if it's just mid play, just mid. It's not. It's well below that. They put up his career stats in Cleveland over 4 years, and I thought it was like a 8 to 10 game spread for a quarterback. It was 19 touchdowns, 12 picks, like 3,400 yards. I'm like, that's over 4 years. What are we paying them for? And I know the deal's done, but it's so disappointing that this was the guy that was supposed to elevate, and we threw everything into that trade, and he's done none of that. He's been unreliable on the field.
Well, that's what a lot of these national guys are saying, that's what it is, though. It is the money and everything we threw in it, because they said there's a point that he won't start this year and you can't reverse it. You can't sit him on the bench. Something happens to Shedeur, he gets injured, and then put him out there. They said you might as well just rip the Band-Aid off, get it done. Maybe he fails in the first 2 games. Maybe Shedeur is in by the 3rd game. Like, who knows? But they're like, from what I'm hearing, it's easier just to go that way. Why you can't just deactivate him, I have no idea. That seems what everybody wants. That's not what we're going to get. We still have to see Deshaun for some reason. And if you go from Garofalo to Rappaport to Schefter, all these guys have been saying all month, along with Mary Kay, that he was always the plan, because for some reason, nobody can figure that they can't not start him to see if they have anything. And it's because of the money and the picks.
To me, are we watching the same games? Like, am I in a
for the stats?
Weird,
I totally get it, bro.
A weird world where like we didn't watch that guy have. I'm talking a handful of plays on one hand where I was like, oh wow, that was a nice throw. Over 4 years, what are we talking about? And then we're gonna roll it out again. It's so
he had
disappointing.
One half. That's it. That's all he's had. If I can't remember any other game that he played really well in.
He had a Vegas throw where there was a flag on it and it didn't even count. But it's just, I don't even know what we're talking about. And maybe I'm the fanatic, but I know that I've watched that guy be awful for years now. And then when I turn my TV on, I'll see glimpses and flashes from Shedeur, and I'm like, oh, man, that's cool. I wish my quarterback could do that. Oh, he's not my quarterback. He's the QB too, because we have to keep rolling this guy out here. It's insanity to me. It is insane. I don't know why we keep coming back for more. It's unreal. I will love the Browns forever, but this is just a PR nightmare. I don't know what we're doing.
Like, the insane part is that I got to keep hearing from different reporters that, Shedeur he won the bulk of the entire preseason. I'm like, doing what? Just throw any of the stats across the board, whether it's a QB tracker, and the QB tracker is full of crap. But anyways,
stupid,
throw it all in, throw it all into AI, and guess what pops out? Shedeur should have won, just based on the stats. Now like you said, his footwork got better, his operations got better. You saw that go like incrementally just through training camp all the way to this preseason game. But somehow I still got to hear that the operation is better out of Deshaun for some reason.
This episode is sponsored by Kalshi. All right, Browns fans, we've all messed around with the sports books before, right? And let's be honest, you're always kind of playing against the house. But with Kalshi, it's different. You're not betting against some sports book. You're trading against other real-world people. There's no house trying to beat you. Kalshi just runs the marketplace. So if you think the public is wrong and the Browns can make the playoffs in Todd Monken's first year, or Casey Concepcion, Denzel Boston, one of those guys can win Offensive Rookie of the Year, you can take the other side of the market, and then if you're right, that's a big payout for you. And it's not just sports either. You can trade on other real-world stuff, interest rates, inflation, even wild weather outcomes. It works like this. Simple yes or no markets, your risk is capped up front, and your payout is locked in. So if you trust your takes and instincts, and I know you guys do, go check out Kalshi and see what markets are live right now. So use our link in the description or just head over to kalshi.com/dogs, KALSHI.com/dogs, DAWGS, to earn up to $500 when you trade 25. Kalshi, because why shouldn't you guys get paid for being right? This episode is sponsored by Vivid Seats. Browns fans, the NFL season is here. If you've been thinking about going to a game this season, there's no better place to get your tickets than Vivid Seats. Right now, you can get $20 off your first Vivid Seats order of $200 or more with promo code DAWGS20, DAWGS20. So get yourself to a game this season, whether it's in Cleveland or on the road. Don't miss out on seeing these young future superstars in person. Go to vividseats.com or download the app and use promo code DAWGS20 to get $20 off your order of $200 or more. That's Vivid Seats, because life happens live.
All new drinks are now at McDonald's, with refreshers like the Strawberry Watermelon Refresher and the Mango Pineapple Refresher with popping boba, to crafted sodas like the Sprite Berry Blast with berry flavors and cold foam. Who knew ice-cold drinks could be so fire? 6 all-new drinks are here. Now at McDonald's.
Refreshers contain caffeine.
I don't know why. In these secret practices, or who knows?
All it took was for Tony Grossi to go on a 2-week spiel about cadence for me to say, okay, something doesn't seem right here. Like, I've never heard about quarterback cadence as a decider in a battle my entire life. Okay?
Yeah.
And Shedeur got 2 guys to jump off sides on Saturday, so I don't want to hear about that. You know, we talked to Justin. We were up there at camp. We talked to Jake Burns, Brad Ward from Browns Film Breakdown. They've been there every day at camp. We were like, just give us a scoop. What's going on with the quarterbacks? They're like, you know, Deshaun has some nice throws, but largely inconsistent. Shedeur's definitely been the most consistent quarterback day to day, and he's been progressively getting better. That's what they told us. So I don't get this.
He said it was the epicenter of being the quarterback. Like that, he doubled down on it again today as well. Sorry, Blake.
No, I was going to say, the biggest thing I took away from what I heard at Todd's press conference was he just kept saying operation. Like, I guess I just don't know, at least in the preseason games, maybe on that 4th and 1 play in the first preseason game at the goal line, the Shedeur, we were a little late getting to the line. It didn't look like everybody was really set. Play got blown up. We got taken off the field in 4th and short. But he was trying to get insurance salesmen up to the line and set. You know what I mean? Like, other than that, even in that game where he's playing with, you know, guys who aren't going to make the team, I didn't think the operation looked that bad.
Nope.
I mean, obviously I'm not wearing a headset. I don't know that, but at least just from watching on TV. And then I thought this past week it was fine. I didn't see anything in terms of, like, you know, issues with getting in and out of the huddle and calling the play and all that kind of stuff. Again, I'm not wearing a headset, but so for some reason, Todd Monken doesn't think he can do like that part of it. I don't know why he thinks that, but like, not my takeaway. What I heard in Daryl Reuters, he's a little, I'm up and down on Daryl sometimes, but one thing, he's not a Deshaun guy. That's for sure. Okay, never has been. And he's very blunt when it comes to just talking about the quarterbacks. And he's basically talked about the fact, like, that one, they've both struggled with basically like high school level kind of things. Like, but the takeaway was Deshaun has been better pre-snap. Shedeur has been significantly better post-snap. I don't know what Shedeur is not doing well pre-snap to make him lose a competition. I don't get it either, dude. I feel like you can work your way through that. Like, guess what? You're not, you know what I mean? Like, if he's not going to have 47 delay game penalties, like, we're going to get plays off, you know? So if you got to work through a little bit of that in the, you know, the preseason and the first few games, if the post-snap stuff is significantly better, like, I don't know. Like, it's a mind-baffling decision to me.
Last time I checked, football happens after the snap, right?
Yeah, fair. Like, I mean, it could be just he gets the first shot. And again, it goes back to what I'm saying, because he's going to get one shot and that's it. It's not going to be the other way around.
What I'll say about, like, the press conference and all that stuff too is, if you are going to get rattled by 10,000 Browns fans that have just been sitting in rain for 3 hours,
dude, 5,000 were Bills fans.
Yeah,
were there.
Yeah, which, hey, guess what? When you go to Jacksonville, they're going to boo you too, bro. When you go to Tampa Bay, they're giving you the business too, bro, big time. So, like, maybe not the best idea to alienate yourself against the fan base, draw the line in the sand, Johnny Manziel style, and say, you know, hey, it's me against you guys. Because I'll tell you what, they will give him hell week 3. They don't care now at this point. To every Browns fan that I've talked to, for the most part, the season's over. They've already been like, cool, we're looking forward to the draft. This guy's awful. I don't know what we're doing. I don't trust this organization. See you in 2027. I'm getting my yard hooked up this year during Sundays at 1 o'clock. That's all I've heard. And to me, it's heartbreaking, man. This is a team I love, and I'm just like, it's super frustrating. And you want to talk about it's personal. It's not personal. It's not.
No,
It is performance based, bro. You haven't shown us anything on the field in 4 years.
That's
4 years. Go ahead, Blake.
I don't get hit. Like, bro, when you first got here, everybody was so pumped that he was like, I remember when we got Deshaun, Josh and I did a quick episode, and it was like our first like 500,000 views on like a TikTok video. I remember waking up just being like, oh man, this is crazy. Like everybody at camp, he was the favorite player of everybody. He got the loudest cheers at games. It wasn't only until we watched him just like not be able to play football that everybody was like, wait, something, we might have got hoodwinked here. Something's going on. Like it is not, trust me. I think the Browns were betting on that. Like he's saying it's personal. I think the Browns were betting on the fact like nobody will care if we win. Like winning cures all, but they severely underestimated the pure disdain for this guy, and they really underestimated how poorly he was going to play. So they thought he would be able to come out and play the booze away. Oh, they might boo him early, but then he's going to come out and he's going to light it up, and we're going to win games, and all will be forgiven by week 2, 3, 4. He's throwing touchdown passes. It's all going to be like, we love Deshaun again. Problem is I'm no future teller. That's probably not going to happen. Yeah, more than likely, he's not going to lead a bunch of touchdown drives and look like an all-pro and play like an MVP, especially because the comments he just said, I don't even know if he's going to be able to step onto the field. It is going to be deafening.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can undersell what the environment's going to be like when he steps onto the field.
Dude, he can't step onto the sidelines Thursday night at the preseason game. They're going to boo him.
It's going to be bad.
It's coming this week.
Yeah. Like it almost feels, and I don't like to bring politics to the show, but it almost feels like a political thing in terms of like just the pure hatred. Like there's just like going to be like no reasoning. They're rallying with a purpose. They have a common enemy, and they are just like, I won't be shocked if things aren't thrown on the field. Like I really think there's a chance it could get ugly. And then week 3, if he's still the starter, and imagine if he comes out in the first quarter and throws like a pick 6 early. I don't know what's going to happen. Like they should probably not sell alcohol.
Yeah, seriously. Like I've had a lot of people ask, well, why if you knew he was going to be your starter, which they clearly did before this last preseason game, I think the decision was made.
Yeah.
Why put him out there in the third quarter with all the backups and stuff, right? And I'm thinking the only thing in my mind is they wanted to just kind of, this is part of the soft launch. We got to get him out in front of the home crowd at some point before that home opener. That can't be the first time. Number 2, hey, he's going against third stringers. He's been doing pretty, good at times in camp. He'll be fine against third stringers. No, he sucked against third stringers.
14
and then he got
QBR.
booed and couldn't handle it.
Right. Oh, and that's where it's crazy. And I think we're kind of all on the same page here. It's been a lot of between the ears for Watson, right? Just since he's been to Cleveland. And that's been a major, major problem, I think, for him. And then on top of that, now you have 2 Achilles tears. You're older. You're physically not as good as you used to be. To me, it's just not a win situation for us. And then, like, if we've talked about it, if it's close, what's the philosophy on this team then? What if it's close and then you have I just don't understand what we're doing. I don't. You've just completely just basically gave the middle finger to your entire fan base and said, hey, it is what it is. Deal with it.
And it doesn't follow the normal like preseason of this new preseason, right? Like, yes, Deshaun went out for game 1. Yes, he got his first half. Then you clear the benches in the second one. You will clear the bench in the third one, but there needs to be a dress rehearsal game with the starters. and that's not going to happen now. And now what is it going to be on for against Jacksonville? Oh, well, it's more rust, or he didn't get the last one in because he played that third quarter. Like, it made no sense for him to be in that third quarter. Like, no, who do you know that somebody who was like close to being a starter played in the third quarter of the second preseason game?
Nobody.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
That's wild to me, you know? And I mean, maybe they did things different at the Ravens. I don't watch Ravens preseason games, so I don't know how Moncton rolled there. All I know is I do know that Moncton throws more than he runs in the preseason to get the timing down for the quarterbacks. But if you want to see good quarterback stats, look at the other side that plays against our defense. They're the ones that have the good quarterback stats. We do not.
If you were drinking a lot in that Buffalo game, you might have saw Allen on the back of the jersey and got confused. Wrong Allen. That one didn't play. It was Kyle Allen, and he still diced us up. He's still killing us.
Dude, they both had over 130 rating or something. That was crazy.
Just disappointing.
No, it's mind-boggling. What really sucks for me is I remember when he got injured, when he tore his Achilles, and I wasn't a person who cheered for him, the injury. I believe everybody got on here and said, that's a bad look for Cleveland fans to cheer.
That was a bad look.
Okay. But we also talked about how there was almost a sense of relief.
That was it.
We didn't want to see him go out this way. It sucks to watch him, get carted off with an. But man, it's nice that is just done. So I think that's what makes it feel even worse now. It's like we thought it was. I think sitting there that night doing a reaction episode to that game, we all thought, well, at least we'll never have to watch Deshaun Watson play for the Browns again.
Wrong.
And then fast forward 2 later, here we are, and it's just it's like the knife is just even deeper into our backs.
Yeah, and that's a big thing too. Is a lot of people were just, like you said, relieved because they were tired of just watching him play. We wanted to see Jameis Winston or anybody else play quarterback. Remember, if you weren't here in 2024, it was so bad that after every single game, for the most part, Kevin Stefanski had to get asked questions by the media about, well, are you going to bench Deshaun Watson after this performance? And then Kevin would sit there with a dead soul look in his eyes and say, no, Deshaun's our quarterback. He gives us the best chance to win. Every single week this happened because he sucks so bad. We had to keep going through it, rinse and repeat. You going to bench him this week? No, he's our best quarterback. No. And then Jameis comes out, and all of a sudden we win a game, and we're throwing for 300 yards. It's like, this is unbelievable. But it's just another poor decision in a long line of poor decisions that this organization, that's what they do.
Well, and we had to hear it again. He gives us the best.
I know. I heard Monk say it today, and I was like, we are starting.
That was disappointing. But yeah. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, I'll have to take into consideration maybe Monk knows something. Maybe something's going to come, but I'm not holding my breath.
I guess then we can kind of. So we obviously have our feelings out on that. Then in terms of, to me, this decision tells me that the Browns as an organization, they're drafting a quarterback next year. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm not telling you what I think they should do. I'm telling you what the Browns' actions are telling me what they're going to do. I just think the quarterback of the future is not on the roster. I think if it really was close and you really were going to see what you had in him, and you really don't want to get booed out of your home stadium 7 or 8 times, however many times it is this year, you wouldn't play Deshaun. To me, it just. The Browns and the Browns will be drafting a quarterback next year. Will it be a competition with Shedeur again, or will all the quarterbacks that are currently on the roster be gone next year, and it's going to be a vet and a rookie that we take early? I don't know, but I think they told you what they think they have in Shedeur. Whether we believe they're right or wrong on that, I think we have to look at their actions. What they actually do, not what they say, what they actually do tells us a lot. And what they did was they had an entire offseason with them, an entire training camp, preseason games, and it's now a second coaching staff that has said, thanks, but no thanks, we're going to go with this guy now. The organization is telling you what's going to happen. And again, I'm not telling you I think they're right or wrong. I'm telling you that's just what the Browns are telling me.
Well, the other thing that's telling is we're still the 32nd rated quarterback room in the league, guys. Like, I mean, we're trading 4 quarters for $1 between these two quarterbacks right now, kind of arguing over nothing because nobody else sees where they are. Unless something happens to Deshaun, Shedeur gets out there and they were just completely wrong and he just lights it up, which there's a possibilities for anything. Maybe there'll be something, but yeah, we have the worst rated quarterback room in the league. That's per ESPN, but we don't really get up any higher than 28. So, it's still there.
Now, as far as the quarterback competition goes, I just want to point this out. I said this on a previous show. I can't remember if it was by myself or with somebody. You guys can remind me, but I want your thoughts. I personally believe that the Deshaun Watson starting was a predetermined decision, like going way back to when J.W. Johnson was back in March talking about, Deshaun looks amazing and soft launching this thing. I feel like that was kind of already the direction, at least felt like they were heading. But the quarterback competition at least allowed them to give Shedeur 50% of the first team reps all summer to really get him acclimated and prepared, because I think they know Deshaun's not going to last the season. So Shedeur needs to be ready whenever he comes in. So I kind of have this two-way of looking at it where, it sucks that we have to start with Deshaun, but I also know he's not starting all season. He won't even start close to the majority of games this year. So it's still a good thing that this quarterback battle happened, because Shedeur was able to get, his feet into the system, continue to develop and progress. And I think he'll be much more prepared when he does take the field this year than what we saw last year.
Well, and that gets back to that's starting with him, and they can't go once he's done. They're not going back to him. They're not going to pull him out later in the season. And that's where I'm with it right now. And that's where I don't know if I want to say make peace with it, I guess, but that's kind of where I'm at.
No, I do think that's fair as far as if you start Shedeur and let's say it doesn't go well and he makes mistakes and he looks bad, you can't then turn to Watson and then go Watson for 2 or 3 games, and then when he looks awful, go back to Shedeur. It'll be like how it's been my entire life here. It's just the next guy up. Eventually you end on a Bailey Zappi week 17 trying to figure things out, but that sucks also. So I'm with you. I get that, Kenny. It's just it's frustrating.
Dude, somebody brought in the offensive line. I know we all want to talk about quarterback right now, but I need to see more out of this offensive line, guys. I need for them to open some holes, to get some running backs going, so it makes it easier on our 32nd rated to 28th rated quarterback room. That needs to happen, and I'm not seeing it. I was actually impressed at the game, though, that the second string offensive line looked okay. You know what I mean? And Barber looked fantastic, which was great. But I need to see that out of our first string, which I'm not seeing. If you take a look at PFF, and I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but their run grades are not very good at all. I'd like to see something open up for Quinshawn. I know if you just give just a little bit of room to Samson, he's going to pop one off. So that's where I really want to see that. So can I please see the offensive line play this Thursday, the first string? I'm not, but they need more reps.
Yeah, we talk about chemistry, but let's rest them till the first week.
I got 2 quick comments I wanted to address. This from K Slate said, everybody repeat the same thing. Mendoza not starting over Cousins somehow doesn't mean the Raiders hate Mendoza. It's not even close to the same thing, guys. Kirk Cousins, has played good football in the last decade. Deshaun Watson hasn't. He's played in that offensive system before. Clint Kubiak, I'm pretty sure, was in Minnesota when Kirk Cousins was there. And then 2, Mendoza's a rookie. Shedeur is not a rookie. He played games last year, had an offseason, and it was in a quarterback competition this year. It's not the same thing.
And first round draft capital too. First round draft capital.
Overall pick.
Yeah. Yes. It's huge.
It makes a difference.
They have nothing. Yeah. It's huge.
And then this is there was one more on here that said, we're still hanging on to what ESPN says, and they clearly have a bias against Sanders. I don't know if you've watched any TV today, but everybody on ESPN thinks the Browns are ignorant for starting Watson and says they should be starting Shedeur. So I don't know what you're talking about with ESPN bias against Shedeur. They all think the Browns are insane for not starting him. So that
Stephen A. said he was awful, and if you could get arrested for awful, that he would be arrested. That's what Stephen A. said today.
And I just got to know. What am I being obtuse? I said like one thing, and all of a sudden I'm being obtuse.
Oh, she just doesn't like you.
That's okay. I don't really like her, so that's fine.
Oh, man.
All right, we got to take a quick break.
All right. Yep. We'll be right back. This episode is sponsored by IM8. I don't know about you guys, but I've never wanted my morning routine to involve opening up a cabinet full of supplements, trying to remember which ones I've already taken. That's one of the things I really like about IM8. It takes something that can be complicated and makes it incredibly simple. IM8's Daily Ultimate Essentials combines 16 supplements and 90 ingredients, supporting 9 major organ systems all in one drink. And it all comes out to just like $2.61 a day. IM8 was co-founded by David Beckham and built by leading doctors and researchers. In a clinical trial conducted by the San Francisco Research Institute, 95% of people who tried it for 12 weeks felt more energy. For me, it's just an easy addition to my daily routine. One drink instead of trying to keep track of a bunch of different supplements. I use IM8 and I think you guys should too. Go to im8health.com/dogs right now or click on the link in the description and use code DOGS, DAWGS, for a free welcome kit, 5 free travel sachets plus 10% off your order. That's code DOGS at im8health.com/dogs. Code DOGS at im8health.com/dogs. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. This episode is sponsored by MyBookie. You guys want to start football season with a bet that feels like it can't miss? The MyBookie lock of the season is back, and the first one is an absolute no-brainer. With the Patriots in Seattle for NFL kickoff, MyBookie is asking one simple question. Will the Seahawks raise their championship banner that night? Of course they will. They're the defending champs, their home opener, and raising the banner before kickoff is part of the celebration. And you're getting that bet at plus money odds. You're getting paid to say, yes, the Seahawks will do the thing the entire night is built around. That's the first MyBookie lock of the season, and there'll be more coming all season long. Get in before kickoff, sign up at MyBookie with promo code DOGS, DAWGS, and start your season off with a win. Bet on anything, anytime, anywhere. Must be 21 or older, 18 or older in select jurisdictions. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net for free confidential support 24/7.
All right, we're back. I guess I should have clarified before we went to break. I don't dislike anybody. I just like going back and forth with you guys, and I was just giving you a hard time. Okay, I appreciate you guys being here, watching and commenting for us. Okay, I was just, I was just playing. And then two, Josh, you got to let me know if we're just going to be throwing David Beckham up on the screen. Like,
Yeah.
just like, oh, geez, there's a very handsome man on my screen. So,
I like to see your surprised look.
yeah,
I was just
did the
thinking
same.
after all the partying on the weekend, I need some of that IM8, so I'm gonna have to use that dogs promo code, man.
Hey, I did want to say too, real quick, something I was thinking about during the break there. I don't know if you guys saw some of the clips from practice today. I don't think we have to worry about Deshaun starting for very long.
No, he's dirting a lot.
He overthrew a receiver today that on one that should have been a pick, just went off the DB's face mask. I love the highlight where he throws it to the camera girl. I don't know. It just hits the
that
ground.
made me
There's
laugh. That
nobody
made
there.
me laugh very hard. Like I watched it a bunch of times and chuckled very hard. Every
under
time.
2.5 dirt balls in the first game.
Oh, over.
Way over.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so the line's low.
I guess. How short of a leash is he on?
For me, it would be 2 games. It'd be those 2 away games, and if you suck, there's no way I'm rolling you out there in front of the home crowd to open the season there. But this is the Browns. I mean,
Like if we get 2 games of 20 for 30 for 175 yards, a touchdown, 2 picks, 30 yards rushing, get him out there.
Whoa.
Get him out.
Wow.
those are like some of his best stat lines ever you just listed, right, Justin?
It's very shocking.
No,
30 yards
I-
rushing also.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't think he's had a lot of 130s. That's always the way I was going to go with that. But, you guys know what I mean. Like, we don't hit 200 yards ever with him. Like, it's just such a hard thing to do, So, I don't know. I'd say 2 games too.
This is the one that I have circled. I have a feeling week 2, we're talking about pressure and just mental toughness and, all these things. Week 2, Baker Mayfield has a chance to go back up against the guy that took his job. And if you don't think he's licking his chops to go out there and just absolutely crap on the Browns, this will happen. we might lose that game 70-0. Then we don't have to worry
Yeah.
about people getting booed on week 3 because it'll be a done deal. I just
How many times does Baker do something and then like point to Jimmy Haslam's suite? Like he did with like Todd Bowles or not Todd Bowles,
Hugh Jackson, man.
and Hugh Jackson. Like how many times he's gonna look like Gary Bertier pointing at the coach on the sidelines in the remember the Titans. It's gonna happen. He's gonna be so over the top. He's
going to be unleashed again. Dog off the leash.
The thing, too, is that entire Buccaneers team, he's going to tell them or, pump them up with this whole narrative of how this team threw me away for this loser. We're going to go out and they're going to be amped up, man. Like they're coming.
And
they're going to be coming for him.
I'm going to change my stance on that because, I said if you win any game, if you go 1-16, just beat Tampa. I don't want to deal with it. Now you guys are talking me into it. I'm like, just roll us so I can have the rest of the season.
Got to get all that yard work.
I've seen be safe in here commenting a bunch, and he's been playing a little bit devil's advocate. He says, what if DW balls out? What's next? Well, one, I'm a Browns fan, so in theory, I would love for him to play well because I sure would like to watch good football this year as opposed to what I've had to watch the last 2.5 years, but I just think that's like a capital I and a capital F of the most epic proportions because he's never played good football for the Browns. 1/2 against the Ravens in a Tennessee Titans game against one of the worst defenses in football, and that's basically it. Any other game he's been, like Kenny said, this dude struggles to hit like 185 yards passing. And then immediately, as soon as he hits the bench, Joe Flacco's averaging 350. You're taking us to the playoffs. Jameis Winston's off the couch. Jameis Winston's throwing for 400 yards in Denver and in the exact same offense with the exact same players. So I know like there's always that if, like what if he could somehow turn. Nothing he has done so far to this point has made me think even 0.1% of that skill is still in there. And on top of that, just there's going to be boos raining down on him. He's not going to be able to hear in his own stadium. I don't think we really got to worry about that. That'd be great, again, because at the end of the day, I really don't care who the quarterback is if I get to watch my team win football games and score points. But I just don't think we got to worry about that. I
haven't even seen him play a full season. I haven't even seen him play a full season ever. Like he hasn't done it in 5 years. I just don't know how it's going to magically happen 5 years later. Just the time isn't on his side. But I mean, someone just said it. If DW balls out, great.
So the second part of that question is, where do you go from there? Nowhere.
There's
Same
nowhere.
exact situation. First of all, we have talked about this over and over, I feel like, for the last half a year now. Are the Browns going to offer him an extension?
Nope.
No. And if they did, is he going to sign it? He just told you in a press conference, no. He doesn't want to be here. He doesn't like the city. He doesn't like the fans. I mean, he has the least amount of self-awareness that I have ever seen in a person of his his status. It's insane how he can get up there and basically, everybody's being so mean to me. I worked so hard. You guys should be, praising me because of how hard I worked. I was in the facility. I came all the way back here and worked, and I helped the community. The stuff you were supposed to be doing anyway.
Right.
As a franchise quarterback.
We would look favorably upon that if before the injury you were playing well. Like when Nick Chubb got hurt and then he grinded his way back, we were all like, man, look at Nick Chubb grinding his way back to play for the Browns.
Yeah, banging the table.
When you play like a bottom 2 quarterback in the league, nobody cares if you come back. Like nope. It's about production, and that's why the personal thing is just, it's not personal. Everybody cheered for you for basically 2 years. Everybody cheered for you until it became glaringly obvious we weren't going to get any kind of ROI on trading for you.
Another thing that I think you guys, I'm sure remember this. 2024 tears his Achilles. He has the surgery, tears it again, has the surgery. It's like December, late December or January. Nasty weather, freezing cold. The Browns are out there just trying to get to the end of the season. We've only won a couple games. We're terrible. and he's posting Instagram and TikTok videos of himself dancing on a yacht with his girlfriend. And it's like, maybe don't do that.
He's more tone deaf than our organization.
They fit well together.
Yes.
Yeah, they deserve each other.
Yes.
To your point,
Go
though,
ahead.
Blake, like about like you brought up Nick Chubb, and like if there was a guy that could do it, it would be like Nick Chubb. I just don't think he's that guy. We're talking about a guy that's played 19 games in 4 years, whether it was because of suspensions or injuries or just everything. If he came out and he was successful this season, I would question reality. I would be like, there's a glitch in the matrix. Somebody's messing with me. This is insanity. The guy tore his Achilles twice. Like, those can be career ending. I know medical field is different. Guys come back from these injuries, but like, we thought that, I remember Blake saying he kind of looked slow. Like he was getting chased down by like defensive ends and tackles and stuff. And he was like, doesn't look like he still got it. And then that was, pre-2 Achilles tears. It's just, to me, I would be absolutely shocked. I'd be blown away.
Be Safe was on here again. This will be what gets things going. I think he says, thanks for addressing my point. You're welcome. Why is Monk entrusting him with the starting job? Is SS that bad? I mean, I don't know. I think the Browns are out on him based on this decision. I am of the belief that this was a Todd Monken decision. A lot of people don't think that. But Todd Monken thinks he gives us the best chance to win. That's not a great look for Shedeur, but again, I don't. There's no way he's worse than Watson. So I don't you know what I mean? But Todd Monken thinks so. And at the end of the day, that's the only person that matters.
It's hard when you, like I said earlier, it's hard when you look at their stats. It's even enough. The turnovers favor they favor Watson. So Shedeur's been better with that. And then we keep getting back to this like operation part of the quarterback position where, again, he doubled down on it again today, said that was the epicenter of being a quarterback. And he was talking about Deshaun being the starter. So clearly there's something that he's doing that's not made available to the media, except for, I guess, Mary Kay and some of the national guys. That he is going to be the starter, and that's always been the way. Shedeur just hasn't done enough to get out of that.
A lot of people said, have we seen practice day? We did. It was very funny.
Yes,
it was very funny.
More to come, I'm sure.
Let me see. Well, anything else? I know we had a couple other topics.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think we've gone, we'll spend plenty more time talking about this. We've got like 2.5 weeks till the season kicks off anyway, and then we get to talk about the actual games, in which I'm sure he is going to play very poorly. So tune in for those; it'll be fun.
We got Schlesinger back at practice, guys. Malik Collins is back at practice.
Exciting.
Yes.
We have a weird thing going in the tight end room where we've had guy practicing. He's going to go back to, or not back to, he's going to go to LSU. So we waived him today.
That's bizarre.
College. Yeah, back to college. Yeah. That's wild. I can't imagine if you're practicing with the pros why you'd be eligible, but anyways, it's happening, right? What do you guys think about Luke Floria? He got some run with the ones today. I thought, man, the last 2 weeks he's caught some big passes. Not a lot, but I mean, he's only had 4 targets his way each preseason game. He's got 2 and had over 30 yards on both games, I think. So I think he's looked pretty good. I don't know if he'll make the team based on that, because at the end of the game, somebody's got to catch the balls, right?
I think he's got an uphill battle, but I mean, Cedric Tillman's been non-existent this training camp, which is just, for a guy that me personally, I was so excited about. So excited. Like, we finally got a big body, like a guy like Josh Gordon again. He's just been not there, not reliable as far as health. I for a little bit, I was thinking, are they trying to trade this guy? Like, why are we holding him out? And at this point, I'm like, Cedric Tillman's going to get cut from this team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Sure. I have a better chance of making the team. And I've been a no-show at all the practices.
Yeah, because you can play D-line, and we need D-linemen.
Yeah.
It's so bad. They got Mike Hall Jr. playing defensive end right now.
Yeah, he was at end, yeah.
which helped.
Hey,
He can't play tackle very
Got a sack,
consistently.
right?
So,
Dude, he looked pretty good at defensive end. I mean, he's got the first step that they're looking for in any D line to get a sack. But he looked way better at defensive end, and maybe with what is he 285 or something like that, he could probably clamp down on the end really well and hold up the edge. So maybe it's just he needed a position switch.
Two things real quick. The Alex Wright injury, I think,
That's
that's my in. I was on the bubble.
That's tough.
And now
That's super tough,
I'm a long shot to make the roster now because I was looking, like, I thought he was going to have a really good year. Like, we saw it last year. He was really starting to pop, and, like, another off season of work and coming in. Like, man, I was very excited for his season. So him getting hurt, I do think signing Derek Barnett that's a good get out of AB to get somebody this late in the game that with his pedigree. And then I think one of the crazier things that I've seen is this tight end Wright going back to college.
It's wild.
Like, what is going on with college football? There are going to be people on college football rosters that were just vying for jobs in the NFL. What is wrong with college football? It is crazy. They're almost like they're too big to fail at this point, but it's giving WNBA. Like, they just don't, there's no control. There's nobody in charge. It's just chaos. Everybody does whatever they want. If they don't figure something out, like, I don't even know what's going to happen with college football. You can't keep doing this. They're going to have rosters making $500 million just to try to keep freshmen who have never played before on their team. It is college football this is insane.
Wait till roster cut down days. Because I something tells me that this isn't the only guy that's going to do this, especially with how NIL money is now. Like, there's guys that, like, they're going to go back to college and make way more money that they would get as a, let's say a practice squad guy, or even if you get cut, then you're done. You're just floating around. You're making, $200,000-$300,000 a year, which is good money if you're just a practice squad guy. But some of these guys aren't even going to get that. We joke that, they become insurance salesmen and, car salesmen and stuff like that. If I had the opportunity I got cut from a team, but they were like, well, hey, you can come and play at our school for $5 million. I'm taking the $5 million, man. I might not make $5 million my entire NFL career as a practice squad guy.
Oh,
so
for sure.
I do think that they have like a situation where they have to figure out like some rules and some guidelines to this thing, like whether it's eligibility or not. It's crazy that you can go get on an NFL roster and then come right back to college if it doesn't work out.
It used to be once you hired an agent, you were done.
Done. Yeah.
Yes, that was the way it was.
And now there's players in college that have agents.
Yeah, that's the price of making money, right? So somebody's got to watch it for you. They don't negotiate themselves, right?
The NIL thing has gotten so...
Yeah.
And I was a huge proponent of paying players.
Me too.
But there's got to be some kind of like regulation. If they're going to be allowed to take money, then they have to show some kind of commitment. You can't just like Quinn Ewers came to Ohio State for $1 million. He knew he was not going to play there. He came there to get $1 million so he could then transfer to Texas and get another X amount of dollars because of whatever their NIL. And that's happening all over the country. It's just, if they don't figure it out, college football is going to implode on itself. It's crazy. I know this is a Browns podcast, but a Browns player is going back to college, so it was slightly relevant.
Well, and of course, it's a Browns player to be the first ever NFL player to transfer to another college. Like, what? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That'll be a nice trivia question someday.
I mean, and who knows? I mean, he's going to LSU. If he pops off, elevates his you get draft stock. Like if you have a big year.
Does he have?
I don't know how that works.
I don't know either. Like, I don't know if he goes to the draft.
Drafted
Does he
again,
become a free
or
agent? He already went through a draft cycle,
right? And he was undrafted.
Yeah.
So I don't, like how many times can you get a chance to walk across the stage? I don't know. How many times can you keep going back to college?
I guess I would probably go back if I could.
Yeah, I went back a couple of times. Still don't have a degree.
Go back to Josh. Is your old apartment still available? I can go back and sleep on the floor for old time's sake.
Oh my gosh, those were the days. Those were the days.
Those were rough days.
Yeah,
No comment.
but
Hey, the Browns sucked back then too. Remember those Sunday morning hangover? We'd get up.
oh my gosh,
All right, I guess we'll watch the Browns today. We went 0. I remember that one year. It was the 0-16 year.
I'd stay at
That's
Josh's,
awful.
and I'd be like, "Oh, I'll watch the Browns and head home." I should have just head home. It was always a very sad drive on the way home. I'd just be listening to Browns talk radio on for the whole 2-hour drive home. Just people cussing. Jeff Phelps is just really sad. Dustin Fox used to be on there. He'd just be like, "Man, these guys suck."
These guys stink.
Yeah.
Those were the days. But all right, well, I think we should wrap this thing up. We're approaching. Unless is there anything else you guys wanted to get into?
Nah, just keep your head up, everybody, I guess. I mean, I see Justin talked to a ton of people today. You know, I've seen him in the comments on social media. We're done with the Browns. We're done. I'm done being a fan. Or I'm not watching until he's benched. I hope they lose every game. Okay, I'm not going to go that far. I still want my team to win, like Blake said earlier. I want to watch good football. I'm like Todd Monken in the way of I don't like crappy football. Unfortunately, that's all I've been given for the last handful of years, and a lot of that is because of Deshaun Watson, which is why I'm so upset about this. I don't believe in him. I don't think it's going to go well. Doesn't mean I want it to go poorly. I just won't be shocked when it does.
No, I'd be way more shocked if it doesn't go poorly.
Yes.
Blake looks like he went to Youngstown State. I don't know how to take that.
I do. I know exactly what they're saying there.
I don't know. Does that mean I look like a penguin?
No.
I don't know. Maybe should I take that as a compliment or not? You'll have to clarify.
Yeah, you know Jim Tressel then.
They think you went, or you look like you went to college. Take it that way.
Yeah, I must look. I can read.
That's right.
There you go.
I went to Can't Read, Can't Write. All right, we'll get out of here. We appreciate everybody who, despite the horrible news today, stuck it out with us and came and watched four idiots talk about the Browns for an hour.
Love it. Yes.
We appreciate all your guys' off-season support. We got a couple more weeks until the real football season starts. And again, even if you hate Deshaun, it's fun to hate watch the Browns. I've been doing it for years. So sometimes it's fun to watch just to see how bad it can be. Like,
and then laugh.
it's like watching a dumpster be on fire or a train wreck. Like sometimes you can,
you can't look away.
I don't know. Once you get 50 years into it, I don't know how good
I've
it is
seen
anymore,
this train
man.
wreck many a times.
Yeah.
So, but we appreciate you guys being here, and we'll see you guys sometime next week.
Let's go, baby.
It's in our blood, it's in our bones, orange and brown, yeah, we ride for our own like a dog pack running. We ain't alone, game day comes, get ready for the show. It's our call, it's our bark, it's our song. We stand tall, yeah, we've been here all along. Through it all, the dog pound standing strong. We all dogs, yeah, we all dogs. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Dogs Podcast. Follow us on social media at the Dogs Podcast. And join our dog pack community at jointhedogs.com. We are dogs!
This episode is sponsored by ISSA. Browns fans, if you're into health and fitness, have you ever wondered how you could maybe turn those hobbies and your passion into an actual career? If that sounds interesting to you, then ISSA has the opportunity you've been looking for. ISSA is the International Sports Science Association, and they can help you become a certified personal trainer in as little as 3 months. And right now you can get $100 off your certification when you sign up through our link, joinissa.com/dogs, DAWGS. Now, certifications are 100% online, self-study, and self-paced. You can study anywhere from your phone, tablet, or computer. And the final exam is open note, open book, aka piece of cake. Except you fitness nuts probably don't eat a ton of cake, so let's just call it a piece of delicious protein bar. And ISSA has the #1 job guarantee in the industry. If you get certified and sign up to be a certified trainer with ISSA, you have a job guarantee or your money back. ISSA has over 10,000 gym partners that have over 73,000 open jobs for trainers right now. And you don't need a 4-year degree or a 2-year degree. You just need your certification to qualify for these jobs. So what are you waiting for? With certification this simple, there's no excuse not to pursue your passion and become a certified personal trainer today. Get $100 off your certification at joinissa.com/dogs. You've wanted to make a change long enough. Now it's time to do something about it. That's joinissa.com/dogs for $100 off your personal trainer certification.